Yep, definitely the best views of the city.
Everybody, today I am heading out to explore Old Town in Edinburgh. It has been years since I've been to Old Town, and I was just looking up all the places you can go to in Old Town online last night, and there seems to be a lot of shops and places to eat and little things to see, so I'm excited to check that out. This morning I made myself coffee using my electric kettle that I brought with me because, like I mentioned in the last video, this hotel does not provide coffee and tea facilities, which I don't mind because I bought an electric kettle and I've got this huge travel mug and I brought some coffee bags, so I am well caffeinated this morning. Today I decided to go into the Edinburgh Castle. I thought about it for a while because I thought the entry price was quite expensive. It's £15.50 for an adult, and eventually I decided, why not do it? I'm in Edinburgh. You cannot go to Edinburgh and not visit the Edinburgh Castle. So I'm gonna be there for the 1 p.m. cannon thing, the cannon show that they do where they fire the cannons. So hopefully it'll be a good day. Right, I'm ready. Let's go explore Edinburgh.
I decided to have lunch at the Doric Bistro that is very close to the train station, and the reason I was interested in this place is because it is supposed to be Edinburgh's oldest gastropub, and that sounded quite interesting to me. I believe the building is from the 17th century, which was very cool. So I took a look at the menu. It looks pretty good. I'm just getting a starter because it is just like a light brunch. I'm getting the Scottish wild mushrooms. They had a couple of vegetarian options. They didn't have like a separate vegetarian menu or anything, but I felt like the options were okay. I think if you're vegan, you might struggle a little bit here, but it's quite a historic building, so I just wanted to try it out. I got the Diet Iron Brew, and it has been so long since I've had Iron Brew. I don't actually remember what it tastes like at all. It smells like bubblegum. Should it smell like bubblegum? I don't know. Let's try it. It's good. It's refreshing. Yeah, it tastes like bubblegum. So I decided to just bite the bullet and try a beer that is only available in this bar, and it is the Doric IPA. It smells like perfume. It smells delicious, like flowers and meadows. It's very herbal. I'm so surprised. I'm not really an alcohol drinker, but I thought I'll make an exception this once because it's a special beer just for the Doric Tavern, and if you come here, definitely try the Doric IPA. My Scottish wild mushrooms have arrived. I'm just gonna try a mushroom. Very tasty, very flavorful, and a little bit sweet. So I'm making my way to Old Town now, at least I think I am. My Google Maps is telling me to go up these massive steps, so hopefully Old Town is that way. The brunch I had at the Doric was really good. The building is really interesting. It's quite historic, so I'm glad that I picked it. I do wish that they had more vegan and vegetarian options because everywhere else in Edinburgh seems to offer a lot of vegan and vegetarian food, so the Doric was a little bit limited in that sense, but the dish that I got, which were the wild mushrooms, was super delicious, and that beer, oh my gosh, it was so tasty. But yeah, let's go up these steps, and I hope it's the right way to Old Town. Oh my goodness, this city. It's so confusing because so many of the staircases and so many of the routes go through buildings. I don't know where I am, but it feels historic. So naturally, because we're in Edinburgh, there is Harry Potter stuff here, and I've got this mini Harry Potter museum behind me. I've never seen it before. I'm gonna walk in, but it is admission free, so I feel that it's only right we check it out. What a cute place. Look at all the stuff.
even if you don't buy anything, this is a really cute place to just go in and have a look around, because there's just so much stuff. And they've got witchy stuff as well, like crystals and astrology books. And if you want, you can take a picture sitting at this desk. This is such a small thing, but it's so cute. I really love this. It's like I'm back in school again, in Edinburgh. That is such a small thing, but I'm really amused. I'm easily amused today, I feel. So I think one of the cool things is actually the building that this little shop slash museum is set in. It's more the general atmosphere. It's quite spooky, and I bet on Halloween it's really, really good. Yeah, I'm impressed by that. That's such a cute little free thing to do. If you've got like 10 minutes to spare and you want to go look at some Harry Potter stuff, you can for free. So I'm gonna go into the whiskey shop to see if I can take home a little souvenir for John. They seem to have a lot of smaller bottles of whiskey, because I would not be able to carry like a big bottle of whiskey with me. I wouldn't want to do that. You can't go to Scotland and not bring back some whiskey. When you book tickets online for Edinburgh Castle, you have to pick a time slot at which you will arrive. But I've read that it's about a 20-minute steepish climb with steps up the hill, so that should be exciting. I actually love climbing and walking and hiking, so I don't mind at all. And I'm hoping to get very good views of the city. I think that's probably the best place to get good views of the Edinburgh city. There it is in the distance. I feel like it's the structure that follows you around Edinburgh, because wherever you look you can kind of see it in the distance, which is pretty cool. I actually didn't know about the cannons at all until I was taking a photo of it the other day. The first day that I arrived, I was taking a picture of Edinburgh Castle, and I was thinking I can do a really good time lapse here. And a gentleman came up to me and he had a huge camera and he was like, I just took a great photo of the cannons before, about an hour ago. And I was like, what cannons? And he told me all about the cannons, and that's how I know. This is information that is readily available online, of course, but I didn't know about it, I didn't see it. So I really appreciate him for letting me know about this. So it really pays to speak to local people. Okay, it's time to go inside the castle. I'm really excited. Yeah, this is definitely the place to go if you want to see a lot of Edinburgh from above. The views are amazing, and I haven't even reached the top yet. You can go higher up. So this is less of a castle tour and more of a little mini town tour, because this area is actually quite big. There's a lot of outside space, which I didn't expect. I thought the majority of it would be inside. That was very loud and sudden. And I was expecting more cannons. This was just one cannon. Yeah, interesting experience. I do think that the entry price is a bit expensive. It's a bit of a pricey day. We did see the crown jewels. That was quite interesting. But I think the highlight for me was definitely the view more than anything else, because the views are truly, truly beautiful. But aside from that, I think if you're interested in the history of Scotland, this castle has a very long history and it is very old. So it is quite important to Scotland. So if you're coming to this castle just for the Scottish history and that is something you're passionate about, I recommend getting an audio guide, because walking around without a guide is a little bit confusing. You're not quite sure what you're looking at, but I definitely think with an audio guide you'd have a better experience. So just before entering the castle, you can come across this little memorial, which is a memorial for people who were executed because they were accused of being witches. And over 4,000 people were accused of witchcraft, most of who were women. And those people were most likely just mentally ill
or they were herbalists, or their neighbors simply didn't like them very much, so they accused them of being witches. Something that I really like about Edinburgh is how hilly it is and how there's different levels. So on this level where I'm on at the moment, there are many restaurants overlooking Victoria Street. It looks so historic and so beautiful. In general, Edinburgh is very hilly. At least I find that it's very hilly. You get a good workout going up and down all the different streets and all the staircases. And sometimes Google Maps gets confused because the staircases go through buildings or they go through these tunnels. So I did nearly get lost a couple of times. But it's just so beautiful and there's so much to see that I really don't mind getting a bit lost. So today for dinner, I am actually meeting up with my mum. She's arrived in Scotland earlier this morning and we're gonna go to a nice place for a nice Scottish meal. Bread. I'm so hungry. The weather is really nice, so we are sitting outside. This might be the last time we're sitting outside this season because I have a feeling after this the weather will go pretty cold. I got the vegetarian haggis and I'm a little bit apprehensive eating this despite it being vegetarian. I'm just gonna get a little bit of everything, a bit of the mashed potato and the sauce. It's good. Tastes a bit like Christmas. So I got the broccoli. The broccoli is very smoky. I am taking a little detour out of Old Town just to see the Princess Street Gardens. And it's so beautiful because you can see the Edinburgh Castle looking over this really green space. It's just very visually appealing. Yeah, let's take a walk through here. It's very quiet at the moment. We heard the bagpipes earlier, which was pretty cool. I wanted to see some bagpipes in action when I came to Edinburgh. Oh, there he goes again. A haunting seems to be happening in that room. Very spooky.